my friends Nick and Zoe here with Chestnut Hills Farmstead. So what's your channel about?
Go ahead.
You want me to do it?
I do.
We are a family of 5 on 40 acres, raising cows, chickens, goats, donkeys, alpacas now. We do broiler chickens. We used to raise pork. We'll move back to that when we're living there. But it's growing the homestead, trying to be more self-sufficient, and just showing you the process.
And our family.
Yeah.
All that our family's up to now.
Yep. And we love your family.
It's
They're
a very
awesome.
diverse channel because all the activities are involved too. It's
Yeah.
not just the farm.
If you could give advice to somebody that was just starting a homestead, what would your #1 piece of advice be to them?
Do your research on what you're wanting to do, and take it as it comes. Just don't try to do too much at one time.
Yeah, one thing at a time.
You may have a long list of animals you want to raise, or a long list of things you want to plant. Do it a little at a time. Don't try to do too much too quick.
Yeah, don't get overwhelmed.
That's right.
And then it's
You'll
not
get
fun
burnt out.
anymore.
It's not fun.
Yeah.
That's right.
And we've actually had to go in reverse some, but it's made things easier and more manageable.
We've had to do that too. Back off a few things, slow down a little bit, because I'm all about it. Let's do it all, get it all, buy it all,
It's not
grow
fun
it
if it's
all.
hard work.
It's
You've
hard
got
work.
to do it a little at a time.
That's right.
Take your time and just do it as you can.
That's right. So if you could give advice to somebody that wanted to start a YouTube channel, what would your advice be?
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Don't stop. It's hard.
Don't give up on it. Let it happen
Naturally.
naturally.
You can't compare where you are with where someone else is.
That's the big
Our
thing.
journeys are so different.
That's the big thing.
Advice I've been having to give myself is
Don't compare.
somebody somewhere is praying for exactly what you have.
That's right. That's exactly right. That's good. That's really good. If y'all don't know Chestnut Hills Farmstead and you want to follow them, where can they find you? What are all your platforms?
We're YouTube, we're Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
Website?
We do, chestnuthillsfarmstead.com. We go live twice a week, and that's always seems to be a whole lot of fun. So you don't ever know what we're going to talk about.
It's chaos.
It's
No.
chaos. But
I love it.
everybody loves it, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank
We
you.
love y'all.
Love you.
Well, this is Jack with Cowbell Farm. Tell us what your channel's all about.
My channel is literally, I'm Jack and I'm a jack of all trades. So I do anything. It's a lot of spontaneous, sometimes ridiculous, sometimes, it's anywhere from Jesus to making biscuits to canning to gardening to animals to just everything. Sewing, I do sewing projects. Like I have a little bit of everything going on. Herbal
You also
stuff.
make herbal products.
Herbal products. I'm an herbalist.
She makes an awesome tallow balm that I love. I use it every day and I love it.
I love that. I have a whole skincare line with the tallow lotions, tallow balms. I'm actually working on formulating a magnesium cream.
So your channel is new.
It is
How
very
long?
new.
How long have you been doing your YouTube channel?
Since January
Since
of this
January.
year.
Okay.
I had it set up, but I only started doing it when I met her, and she lit a
Encouraged you.
fire and said, "Do it anyways, just do it." And I'm
Just
like,
go
I'm
for
too
it.
scared, and I
go
just
for it.
just did it.
Yeah, it's awesome. What advice could you give to somebody that's starting a new homestead,
A
or
new-
maybe wanted to get into herbalism?
Yeah.
What would you say?
Both of those things can go together. I actually started my whole homestead on herbalism. So I started setting up raised beds and putting different types of herbs in them to make teas and tinctures and everything. So I just kept doing it in small sections. So I would buy 1 or 2, fill them up, get them ready, and then save up for the next couple, and I had a space laid out and just continued to add as I could.
Yeah.
When we got our animals to start with, I have goats and chickens, so I do dairy goats. I make cheese and all the things with the dairy, and then I just have chickens. When I got my goats to start with, all I had was some pallets, and I put pallets up around it and made a fence to start with. And then when I saved up some money, I got cattle panels and put those up. And each time with the cattle panels, I could just expand the field and make the field bigger and bigger and bigger here a little bit at a time. So you gotta start small and just build from there.
Start with what you can and then add from there. So Jack, tell everybody how they can find you.
I'm on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. I have a Facebook page. My Facebook page actually is like kind of like my online store. It has all my products on it, what they do, like all the benefits and everything are kind of listed on there. Orders and things like that I'm just doing through email.
Okay.
So you can email me, and there's a list on my Facebook page of everything that I have, and I always have more stuff coming, so you can always ask questions. If you have a special request and you want something made, just email me.
Perfect.
It's cowbellfarmwellness@gmail.com.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
Instagram's slow, but YouTube and Facebook are my main
Your
platforms.
main platforms. All right, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, this is my good friend Allison Adair from Handmade Homestead. Tell us, Allison, what have you got going on? What are your platforms?
I have Instagram, and it started out kind of as a garden journal because I couldn't remember when I planted this, and my daughter gave me this idea, let's start an Instagram.
Yeah.
And it kind of blew up from there, and I love helping people and giving advice, and so it's just Instagram, and that's okay with
That's
me.
all you want to do in it. But it's beautiful. She has a beautiful Instagram page. Very, very pretty. Yeah, and a beautiful garden.
We grow about 95% of all of our own fruits and vegetables.
Love it.
So
Love it.
that's a lot of work. We
Yeah.
raise chickens for harvesting, and they also, the reason we call it Handmade Homestead is because they work our gardens over the winter. We put our chickens on every garden, and they work it over the winter, and then we plant it, and they get all the scraps.
Scraps
So
from
they
it.
literally make our gardens for us.
And they
So
provide you eggs
they
and
do, and meat.
meat.
Yeah.
And it's just a full circle.
It is.
I love it. That's sustainability right
It
there.
is, and
That is
it's fun.
sustainability.
It's a passion. So
I love
I
it.
love gardening.
I do too. I love it.
Yeah, almost to a fault, maybe. Can you love it too much?
No, you can never love gardening too much. That's not true. You can never love gardening too
Yeah,
much.
it's fun.
So if you could give advice to someone that wanted to start a small homestead, or somebody that wanted to provide 95% of their own fruits and vegetables, what would you say?
There's a couple of things. First of all, when you're starting out, just remember that you will learn more from your mistakes than you do your successes.
Definitely.
I've always learned that. And then, you have to start somewhere, so put some seeds in the ground. Just start. Just get in there, get your hands dirty. And to make it successful, I'll give you the advice my grandmother always said. When I was a little girl, she had this small little plot, but it fed so many people.
Awesome.
And I asked her, how do you get so much food out of this small little plot? And she said, because I share.
Oh.
And so always share what you grow. And so first fruits are shared with family, friends, neighbors. And it'll always be replenished, and we always have more than we can feed. So
God multiplies it.
that's right. And that advice, that was a legacy that I want to pass on to my children and now my grandchildren. So
Sweet.
that's my advice: is share everything you got.
Oh, I love it. Oh, that gives me goosebumps and tears in my eyes. Because that's.
Don't get me started. Look now.
I know. Suck it up. Suck it up. That's one of the biggest joys to me of my garden is being able to share with
Especially
my family.
with your grandbaby.
Yeah, my greatest joy has been, I didn't know gardening could get any better. But my greatest joy has been my little grandbaby walking through the garden, looking at the grape arbor, wanting the grapes, wanting the little tomatoes,
You know what?
knowing
The
that is the
sweetest is the little squat when they squat down to look up at a plant. And
oh my
we
God,
became
so
grandmothers right at the same time
We
within a
did.
couple months.
We
so we
did.
got to share that. And
Yes.
it's been
I love
so
it.
fun. And now you've passed me with more grandkids, but that's okay. I'm okay
I'm
with,
sure you'll catch up.
with the wood.
So tell everybody how they can find you and how they can follow you.
It's on Instagram. It's Handmade Homestead, or maybe an underscore in between. Handmade.
I'll put links.
Yeah.
We'll put links to everybody.
So, on Instagram.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Love you too. Hey y'all, I'm here with my buddies, Jason and Brooke with Cog Hill Farm. We're so excited about this weekend.
Yes, we are.
Gonna be fun. Tell our friends here, what would your number one piece of advice be for somebody that wanted to start a homestead? Number one.
Number one. Gosh, I got a thousand
I know, right?
thoughts going in my head.
Yeah.
I would say, I think, besides don't be scared, I'm sure everybody says all that. My thing, I think, is don't follow or think you have to do these popular trends. That to me, that's my biggest advice.
Yeah.
I think people, they get caught up, they see somebody and think that's how it has to be done, and there's a gazillion ways to do something, and don't feel guilty because you can't do it like these popular trends are doing.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's easy to get caught up in that.
It is easy to get caught up
with
in that.
all the social media, and everybody films and does the beautiful things.
That's
and
right. Nobody shows the ugly.
Nobody shows that.
Well, we all have
We
it.
do. We show the ugly.
Well, my piece of advice is going to not relate necessarily to plants and things, but more so to animals.
Yeah.
And I feel like the number one thing that people, is that a bug or a sweat?
It's a bug.
I feel like the number one thing that people do is they jump in thinking that they have to have every animal out there to make it a homestead.
Yep.
And that is so far from being the truth. I mean, you can start a homestead with as few as 3 chickens and go from there. Get acquainted to what you have before you add something different.
Yeah.
Because you and I both know people think goats are easy. Goats are
are
one of the
not easy.
hardest
They're so
farm
hard.
animals out there. But yet they're probably the cutest farm animal out there.
And besides chicken, probably the second most popular animal that a homestead gets, to me, is they get chickens and then they get goats.
And they get goats, yep. And
But
goats are hard.
They're hard.
Don't think you have to have a big menagerie to have a homestead, because a homestead to me can qualify with 3 eggs being laid a day.
There
and
you
you can
go.
gather those, supply your breakfast that morning, and you're well on your way to becoming self-sufficient.
Love it. And once you get those first 3 chickens,
Oh, it's
over.
no stopping.
it's over.
It's no
It's all
stopping.
over with.
And that may be another reason I said don't add other animals, because the other animals are going to be chickens. I can guarantee you that.
That's for sure.
Oh, that's
Chickens
funny.
have an endless number.
That's
Yes.
right. That's right. Everybody says it all started with 3 chickens.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly true.
Mine, it all started with 3 herbs. And then it was over.
Well, that's why my advice didn't pertain to gardening, because you two are more the gardeners and I'm more the animal gal. So
Yeah, we're garden buddies, aren't
That's
we?
right.
right.
Yeah.
That's
That's
right.
right.
So
So y'all have a very successful YouTube channel and Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the platforms. What would your advice be for somebody that wants to start a YouTube channel?
The number one thing is patience. That may sound cliche too, but you got to be patient. It takes a long time. It was 5 years for us before ours, took off.
Yeah.
And that's 5 years, 2 to 3 videos every single week. So patience, 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 patience.
Yeah.
well, mine's going to be making your channel about something that you're confident in. If you're going out there and you're talking about something that you don't really know everything that you need to know about it,
Right.
you are not going to be doing well when you share your information trying to teach others. So share what you're confident in. Even it may not be the most popular thing that's out there. Do what you know and let that be your staple.
Love it.
That's what I feel anyway.
Love it. So for anybody that don't know who y'all are or aren't following you, tell them how they can find you guys.
Just Google Cog Hill Farm and we'll come up.
Yep. They'll come up.
We'll come up.
All the stuff.
All the
Coghill
stuff.
Farm.
Yep. And if you're not following them, you have to follow them.
Please,
They're
please
awesome.
do. We
They're
try to make
awesome.
we try to make things fun, happy, feel good, and
And real.
and yeah,
And real.
and that's our vision, and that's where we're staying.
Yep.
So anything
Love it.
outside of there is not going to happen.
I love it. We love y'all.
We love you.
y'all.
Yep. Hey y'all, I am with Crazy Lizzie Goat Farm. We've got Glenda and Steven and Susan and Chris here today. And we're excited y'all are here.
I'm excited to be here.
I know, we love you guys.
We love y'all too.
So tell us, what is your channel all about?
My channel is about goat farm, taking care of our goats, our animals, and I've got into a new thing with building.
I know.
My biggest things this year, Jesus.
Oh,
And I tell everybody this is my ministry,
awesome.
to go out. How else can I get out and share Jesus with all these people? I would have been sitting at home, I never would have found him.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
That's what our farm's about. Taking care of our animals, showing how to do stuff on our farm, quilting, showing people how to quilt. I've got into making salves and hopefully lotions, and my other dream is to make shampoo bars.
Nice.
Yes.
Awesome.
One
So, go
one
ahead.
other thing big about our channel is no matter what your life issues is, no matter what your situation is, you can press through it and overcome it. Because we have my sister who started this. She has a lot of learning disabilities. She can't read, count, and do a lot of that, but she's able to go out and milk the goats and take care of the animals. And lots of us have fighting a lot of situations this week, but we never let it stop us. Even though we may not be able to do everything we wanted to do this year and everything that go like we wanted to plan it, we still pressed through and did our best.
Yeah.
And one thing we also, you don't have to have a lots of land. We have a 1 little acre farm, and you can do so much on 1 little acre that you don't even believe it. Because lots of people want to say like, I need 5 acres, I need 10 acres to start. You don't have to. You can just start inside if you have to. Do a little herb garden
There you
and go from there.
Yeah. Awesome. I
As
love
long
it.
as you got a little land, even a little bitty backyard behind a house on a lot, you can still do something.
You can do it as long as you got the motivation, right?
That's right.
Yes. Yeah.
I've got to tell everybody you have to be organized. They say, how do you get all these animals in the organization?
Yeah.
Organize it and just keep on. You know, we're always changing because our life keys are changing, so our farm keys are changing. Never stay where you're at, keep it growing.
That's right. That's right. And what I love too, I hope this wins in those times. Wow. What I love too is what you just said. No matter what disabilities you have, no matter what your life situation is, go for your dreams.
That's right.
And show others that they can do the same thing.
It's fun sharing what we know. It's fun going back to the traditional ways of building and sewing and making your own clothes, trying to make all your food you can.
Our house was actually a real barn. Our animals lived in it before we kicked them out.
Oh, really? That's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun. Okay, so for anybody that don't know who y'all are, tell them where they can find y'all.
We are on YouTube and Facebook at Crazy Lizzie Goat Farm in Moore.
I always forget that
That's
anymore.
We do so much more than just goats.
I know, you do. You definitely
And we're just
do.
crazy.
Well, I'll put their link in the description below so you can find them. Thank you guys
Thank
so
you.
much.
Yeah, thank
Yeah, we love y'all.
We love you too.
I am here with my friends Bobby and Sherry with Black's Tropical Homestead.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I love your herbalism and getting into herbalism and all of your education on that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we need to go back to the simple way of living and learn how to take care of ourselves because we can heal ourselves.
We definitely do.
Yeah.
I find it to be amazing because I probably would have been a little skeptical some years ago, and once we got into it, and so I saw the benefits.
Yeah.
Man, I was blown away.
It works.
Because I think it's a lot of people that actually not able to afford their medication and actually die because of it.
Yes.
But it's such affordable ways to actually take care of yourself.
Take care of
You
yourself.
just got to have the knowledge.
Gotta have the knowledge. Everything come from the ground. God, I always say God provided us with everything. We just gotta learn what it is and how to use it.
And how to use it.
And we can cure anything.
That's right. I totally believe that 100%. That's always my go-to before anything else.
Yeah,
That's
go
my
and
go-to.
see what's going on.
Mhm.
But then come home and do your research.
That's right. Exactly right. So tell us what your channel is all about.
So we are 1 acre suburban homesteaders. We grow tropical fruit.
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Sherry. We are Black Tropical. So we are Bobby and Sherry Black. We just try to simplify life. You know, life, when you look at old videos or old movies, life was beautiful and simple. So if we go back to that in community, they had each other and they had the whole world. We've complicated things and we try to show how simple things can be and how beautiful it is.
Yeah, this thing all started with me just looking for a way to de-stress, you know, from life.
Yeah.
And growing things actually did that for me. So during the pandemic, we actually started doing a little bit more, then it turned into a little bit more.
Yeah.
A little more.
A little bit more, a little bit more.
Anytime you get me involved, it turned into
a lot.
A lot more. Me too, girl. Me too.
Yeah. But we also watched a friend, she was 108, she passed away on her 108th birthday.
Wow.
She actually lived with us and she was so healthy.
Oh, wow.
I think she thought this was her husband and she was still flirting and having fun. And she was not sick, she lived off the land, and that encouraged us to wait a minute.
I love it. I hope I'm like that.
Yeah.
However God allows me to live here, however long it is, I hope that I'm in my garden, running with my grandbabies and zip lining in the jungle and doing all the things.
And you're doing what you, right now, you're doing what you should do so you can continue. Whatever God decided to bless us with, as long as you keep moving and stooping and gardening and doing, you'll stay healthy. That's what He wants us to do.
Say move it so you don't lose it.
That's right. That's right.
And talking about the de-stressing, man, the garden is the most healing place you can be. I mean, it really is. The garden saved me quite a few years ago. And it is just so good for your mental, spiritual, physical, everything. Yeah.
And if you make it a family event, you know, you end up spending so much time with your family, don't even realize it.
Yeah.
You know, because all of y'all out there doing y'all little piece and y'all talking about it. Whatever going on in the world, in life, you kind of forget about it.
Yeah, it don't matter. So if you could give one piece of advice to anybody who wants just getting started in wanting to do a homestead or a garden or herbalism, what would your advice be?
Well, with the garden part, I would say don't go too far, too fast.
Yeah.
Because it can be some work and you need to learn what you need to learn from the start, and then you can move on and start growing with it. But if you do too much, you're going to burn yourself out.
Yeah. And that's how I feel about herbs too. You know, a lot of people want to get into it, but they're afraid. One thing about herbs, God provided them for us to heal, and they won't hurt you. So you have to start somewhere, but start simple. Start simple. I think our favorite herb now is probably cayenne, which we didn't have the respect for like we do now.
Yeah.
Once we found out how much it can heal,
man,
cayenne is our favorite. Well, we just would be like, let's put the cayenne in the cabinet. It's okay. Now it's like we need more cayenne. Every day we take cayenne.
See, that's what's so cool to me too, is like just your normal things that you don't really think about. God provided so many medicinal properties and so many different things, and we've lost it.
We've lost it. And we can get it back though. It started with us.
It does.
We made many products. Like we made a pain away oil that will knock your pain away.
Awesome.
And it's like, well, how can a plant do this? And we steady popping pills and pain patches and you rub a little bit of this pain or
and it works.
People say I've been hurting for 20 years and finally all natural.
Finally some relief now.
How long you been on blood pressure meds?
About 25 years.
Yeah.
And now
Cayenne took
Now
me
you're
off.
off. Well, thank y'all so much for educating people and, you know, just sharing your faith and sharing your knowledge and just sharing with everybody.
Well, thank you for having this beautiful event because we need community and more events like this. So it's a pleasure to travel to Alabama to spend the weekend with y'all.
We're glad you're here. So if you guys aren't following them, y'all go check them out. Black's Tropical Homestead, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, threads, all the stuff. I'll put links in the description below.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks y'all. Hey y'all, I am here with my buddy Justin with Texas Garden Guy. It's the garden party. Man, that's a catchy tune. That's a catchy tune.
I came up with a theme song in the shower. I usually make up make up the dumbest songs, and I get it from my dad. My dad would do the same thing, and literally in the shower, 5 minutes, and the song was written.
I love it. I love it. Gene does the same thing. He makes up the stupidest songs you'll ever, and every once in a while he gets a pretty good one. Every once in a while.
I think it's the dad joke. I'm a dad joker without being a dad.
Without being a dad. We have known each other for a little bit now, not too long.
Probably, I think Jason introduced me to you probably late last year, so about a year now. Time flies. I mean, we had you on probably early in the spring, I want to say.
Yeah.
I think it was spring garden time because we were talking about the potager garden and stuff like that.
That's it. So he's got an awesome podcast.
Garden party, fun. It's fun.
It is fun. You have some really cool people on there too.
It is
some really fun conversations.
Yep, I'm the Texas Garden Guy, but I don't want the podcast to be Texas gardening. I want it to be relatable to everybody, no matter where they're at. So I like having people from Alabama, California. We're having someone from Canada on next week. So we're even gonna have some Australian people on because just because I'm a Texas Garden Guy doesn't mean only Texas people watch. So I definitely want to mix it up a little bit. And having you and Jason on has been great.
So tell us about your channel. Like, what platforms are you on? What you got going on?
If it's a platform, I'm there. I'm Texas Garden Guy everywhere. I do a lot of content. Do short form videos on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and then the long form goes on Facebook and YouTube. So you can find that. I do weekly streams 3 times a week now, including the Garden Party podcast, like Tracy was mentioning. And busy man. I stay very busy, and it's a good thing.
And you work?
Oh yeah. It's just not a full-time job.
You have the outside of this job, right?
Yes, this is, I just consider myself having 2 full-time jobs.
Yeah, that's right.
But it's not really working if you love what you're doing.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
Yeah. So tell us about your garden.
Oh man, so just like Black's Tropicals was saying, Black's Tropicals, did I say it right?
Black's Tropical Homestead.
Yeah. I'm in a subdivision, and I have less than a 32nd of an acre. I grow a lot of stuff in containers, like most people. I have utility lines running through my yard and stuff, so it's hard to be digging in the ground. So most everything's in a container and raised beds. And I got probably close to 400 or 500 different plants. I'm legally a Texas nursery, so I mean I'm licensed to sell some. I know my wife would like me to get rid of more than I buy, but it's probably around. I probably get more than I sell. So probably buy more than I sell. But.
Yeah, you're growing a lot in that small of a space. You really are.
I like to show people that they can grow, a lot of stuff in a small space if you're doing it efficiently. I one day hope to have a little bit of land like you and Jason, and spread out and grow an orchard and all this stuff. But for now, just make the best of what you can. Because so many people are first-time home buyers and they want to grow some stuff. They want to, garden, and they don't think they can, but you can grow a lot in a small space.
You really can.
Yep.
You really can. And it's good to learn all those lessons on a small scale too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, and even that, it's so funny because I meet farmers that grow hundreds of acres of vegetables and stuff, and they can't garden. They can't do it on a small scale. It's so funny you said that. It's like it would be hard for me to go from small to huge. And then it's hard for them to go from big to small. You know?
So if you could give one piece of advice to our friends here who might just be getting started in the garden, and maybe they have a small space like you do, and they think they can't grow a lot.
Right.
So what would your piece of advice be?
Well, I always tell people my number one tip is buy something you're going to eat. If you're going to garden, don't grow something you've never eaten before, you don't like, just to give it away to someone else. Grow something that you're going to want to eat and you're going to take care of, and then also don't go overboard. Don't start off with 50 tomato plants. Start with a couple of tomato plants, and then next year you add some okra, you add some squash, but start off slow. I went way too big at first, and it slowed me down a little bit. So I just pace yourself, just like plant shopping. Pace yourself.
Do you follow that advice?
No, only in Alabama, Ashley. Sorry.
I love it. Okay, so one more question. for all of those who would like to start a YouTube channel or like to start social platforms and share with people, but have full-time jobs, what's some advice you can give somebody to, like, how to balance and manage all that and what to do?
Yeah, so I mean, number one, you don't have to go buy expensive camera equipment.
Yeah.
If you've got an iPhone or a Samsung or whatever,
Yeah.
the cameras on those devices are so good nowadays. You don't have to go out and buy a GoPro or a Canon or a Nikon. You don't have to go spend $1,000 on a camera just to get started. A lot of people I know that have been doing YouTube for a long time do it on phones.
Yeah.
I still do it on my phone from time to time. You know, it's easy. It's you know.
Yeah.
I typically use my camera when I don't want to be messing with my phone if I'm listening to podcasts while I'm working or something, so that I have separate devices. But also, if you want to do it, have a full-time job, try not to make it a pain. You know, make time for it, but don't make it something you have to do. Don't make it like work, because I've noticed, like in the springtime when I'm putting out 2-3 reels a day and stuff, I get a little overwhelmed and I get burnt out and I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
But you got to be persistent with it. You got to be persistent. I think Jason with Coghill is probably one of the best ones about, he posts, you know, on the same day, same time. I'm terrible at that, but they're getting content at some point, you know, during the week. So just be consistent with posting and don't burn yourself out.
Yeah, love it, love it. So for anybody that is not already following my friend here from Texas Garden Guy, Destin, how can they find you?
I'm everywhere. Just Google Texas Garden Guy and you will find me.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm there.
Awesome. And you traveled a long way to see us today.
I sure did. It was a beautiful drive though. I'm not complaining at all. It was fun.
I'm so glad you came.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
nice to meet you in person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the event. Very much looking forward to the
Me
event.
too. It's going to be fun.
Yep, I agree.
Thanks for being here.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Hey y'all, we're here with our friends from Perry Hill Farms. We love these guys.
Aww.
This is Denise, Danette, and Stumpy.
Yep.
And your Eric's not here tonight.
Nope, he had to work tomorrow.
And
so.
neither is Jace or Lauren.
They will be here tomorrow.
Oh, good.
They will.
Good.
And I'm Gene.
Jukebox Gene.
God.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, Lord.
We love Tracy and Gene, too.
Yeah, we love y'all. You guys are the best.
Yeah. You know, Gene, we were the ones who gave you that name, right?
I know. I got to pay y'all royalties.
You were.
I like that, Gene.
I like that. Yeah, we do.
So y'all tell us what your channel is all about.
So, twin sisters that are married to Eric's. We live on a 20-acre homestead, side by side. We raise our own food. We love teaching about raising your own food and processing your own meats.
Animal husbandry.
Animal husbandry, yes. Exactly. It is our passion to teach the next generation because it is a dying art. We have cows. Yep, we have cows. We just got ducks. Well, we've had ducks, but Peking never had ducks. Chickens, rabbits, hogs. We did have goats, but we got out of that business. Got rid of them. And that's it, right? That's it. We do make salsas and jams and pepper jellies and sell them on the side. Yes. We both retired from our jobs. Yes. And to do farmsteading. Homesteading.
Awesome.
Yep. And we just enjoy it. It's our sanctuary. Perry Hill, the name Perry was our maiden name. It came after our dad. After our dad passed away, we decided to live out his legacy. What are they doing behind me?
We're waving at Alan.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I didn't know.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah, you never know with them. So our YouTube channel we started this journey of videoing our process of canning and gardening and animal husbandry and all that kind of stuff because we wanted to have videos for Stumpy did for his kids to be able to go back and watch because everybody wants to know how did Granny do that, and they don't have any way of doing it. So we decided we'd start that journey, which has grown to our YouTube channel.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. And our friendships have expanded greatly.
Yeah.
Because of it.
Well, if y'all could give one piece of advice to people who are new to homesteading and would like to start a homestead or start growing their own food as much as they could, what would your advice be?
Oh my goodness! Start small
Get 2 chickens.
And you start small, and oh my goodness, start with one or two things to grow.
Yeah.
Follow YouTubers that do it.
In your area,
In
because
your area.
somebody that lives in Colorado is not going to be applicable to somebody in South Alabama.
Right. And ask questions. Come to events like this where you can learn and
get
talk,
to know
get
people.
to know people.
Yeah.
I would say just build a community of people that are doing the same thing, and then that way y'all can have ideas back and forth and help each other in your process. But definitely start small.
Right, because you can get overwhelmed real quick.
And another good piece of advice is don't look at somebody else's homestead and say, mine's not like that. Don't look at the Joneses.
Yeah.
Do your thing and do it.
What works for your
What
family.
works for you.
Yeah.
Alan
And be
Jackson,
happy about
tell
it.
him, Gene. It's
Love
all right to be little bitty. Come on, Gene. Hit that joint.
Gene don't have no music today. Where's it at?
She told me I can't do it.
I did not.
Oh no.
Crazy. I did not. I would never say that.
I know you wouldn't. We know the truth.
So if you're not following Perry Hill Farm, this wonderful family, then tell everybody how they can find y'all.
Oh, you can find us on YouTube, Perry Hill Farms.
We have a website, www.perryhillfarms.com, that tells you all about us. We keep it updated frequently with everything that's going on the farm. There is coupons on there to go to our online store to order our product. We ship out.
Love it.
We don't play.
Links to our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, and our Instagram page. We also do a monthly newsletter, so if you would like to subscribe to that monthly newsletter, just look us up on our website and send us some information, your email, and we'll get you hooked up, and we will send you a newsletter every single month to let you know what's going on.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. If you're not following these guys, you got to go check them out.
Thank you,
They're
Tracy.
awesome.
You're
We
so
love
sweet.
them.
Thank
You're
you.
so sweet.
I am with my good friend Debbie Boudelier with Rooted in Time Apothecary. We've been friends for a long time. We're not even sure how many years.
We don't want to tell
Over
our age.
20. I met Debbie a long time ago you were president of the Herb Society, and I joined the Herb Society to learn, and she has taught me so much about herbs, herbal medicine, and just been a really good friend. So thankful for you.
I'm thankful for knowing you.
Yeah. So Debbie, tell us about your homestead that you have and what all you're growing and what you're doing.
My
So
homestead
cute.
is small compared to other people, but in my 2 acres I have got goats and chickens and ducks, lots of cats, and a dog.
Yeah.
And I grow a lot of medicinal herbs that I make products from, and I grow a lot of my own food.
Yeah.
So
I love it. And where did you get your goats?
I got my goats from Tracy at JUSTDIGIT Farms.
Scarlet and red. And they are so cute.
They are darling. And they have such cute little personalities.
How did you get into herbalism?
Well, I got into it through the culinary route that a lot of people do when I was living in Southern California. And I fell in love with herbs there, and as we moved back to the South, my herb garden expanded, and I had to find other things to do with all the herbs. And so I started making personal care products and cleaning products and, you know, decorating with herbs and stuff. And then I took an in-depth herbal medicine class, and that just tied everything together. Then I knew why I was using certain herbs for cleaning products, for their antibacterial properties and stuff. And so I think one of the things that I really love about herbs is that you're always learning something new. And it just keeps me challenged and engaged, and it's excited.
It is. It's fun, isn't it?
It
I
is.
love herbalism. If you could give one piece of advice to anybody that wanted to be more conscious about their health, natural healing, or anybody that wanted to get into herbalism, what would you suggest that they do? We had to move because of noise, so take 2.
Okay. You asked me what you could do to get into herbs. There's lots of good resources out there to study on the internet, and then There's also a lot of good online herbalism schools. So if you're really interested, I would suggest doing one of those and really just immersing yourself in it. But don't get overwhelmed. Pick a few herbs and learn them well. Because each herb can be used for multiple purposes. And you'd be surprised at what one little herb like lavender can do.
So true. So what would you suggest to somebody that was just starting? 3 herbs to begin with. 3 herbs that has like multiple uses to begin with.
Well, lavender, of course, is probably at the top of the list, and it's difficult for us to grow it around here. I like that. I like goldenrod, which is getting ready to bloom now.
Yes.
And it has multiple purposes. And then I would say, since we're going into cold and flu season, elderberry.
Elderberry. Yeah, elderberry would be one of my top. Yeah. In fact, I'm sucking it down right now.
Well, it's that time of year.
It's that time of year. Awesome. Okay, Debbie, thank you so much. So glad you're here at this event with us this year. It's going
excited to be
fun.
here.
Yep. Love ya.
Love you.
I am with my good friends here, Alan and Wendy and JC from A&W Mini Farm. We're so happy y'all are here. We love you guys.
Yes, we are so glad to be here.
We love y'all.
Y'all are our other family.
That's right. That's right. It's all my fault, ain't it?
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take the credit for all of this. It'll be fine.
Yeah, do you know it's been 2 years?
Has it been 2 years?
It's been 2 years this month. Or
Oh,
August was
wow.
2 years.
Sure don't feel like it,
Yes. No,
does
it doesn't.
So we met Alan and Wendy here at an event.
Yes.
It was the spring event here 2 years ago, I reckon. And we got to talking and we just really fell in love with them. And then they contacted us and wanted to give us our sweet little rabbit, Rosemary. So we met them up here and we hung out on the porch over there for like a long time.
We did.
We did, talking and talking and talking. And we still got Rosemary.
Yes.
We still got our sweet rabbit.
Yes, I seen her the other day.
Yeah.
She's got a boyfriend in there, ain't she?
She's actually a girl.
Oh.
She's
okay.
just got a best friend.
She has a friend. Okay. She's got a friend.
She needed a friend in there with her.
I understand.
So y'all tell us all about your farm. What's your farm? What do y'all do on your farm?
We are a 1 acre homestead and farm. We raise miniature animals. We have miniature donkeys. Everything that we have is sort of stunted, so it's all extra small. And we just made a homestead so we could be self-sufficient and grow our own food on 1 acre.
Yeah.
And it's possible. A lot of people don't think they can do it, and you were like, you got to do this if you're on 1 acre.
Yeah.
So that's why we started this channel, to show people that you can do it, and you're small. So live on a hill.
Yeah, she lives on a hill. They live on a hill. You got a couple of challenges.
Yes.
But they make it work.
We
It's
make
pretty cool.
our garden's always on a hill. And so it's just, you got to do what you got to do,
That's
right?
That's right. And y'all are doing it and doing
Yes,
it well.
Yes.
JC, what do you think about the farm and all the
I
animals?
love it.
You love it?
She's the crazy chicken
kid. Crazy chicken kid.
Yeah, I'm not the
I
crazy
like
chicken
it.
lady.
I love it.
We're-
I love it.
I think we're at 200 and something now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Good gracious, 200 and something chickens.
Yes.
Chicken math.
If you could give everybody one piece of advice that wanted to start a homestead but did not have very much land or much acreage to do that, what would your biggest piece of advice be?
Get started.
Yeah.
Just do it?
Just do
Just
it.
get
Just
started.
take the step. Don't worry about what other people's farms look like, because the comparison is the killer of creativity.
Yes, it is.
So don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Don't try to compare yourself to others, but watch other people. Make sure that you, in your area especially, so you know how to grow, because everybody's different. Like, I'm not going to watch people in Texas to know how to garden in our area. So, but that's the biggest thing. You just got to go for it.
Yeah, just do it.
You just got to start it. Don't wait. Even if you just get out and plant some tomatoes for the first time, plant tomatoes and just leave it at that. Yeah.
And it'll definitely grow from there.
Yes,
Yes,
it will.
yes, yes.
Yes, it will.
So if you're not following my friends here, Alan and Wendy at A&W Mini Farm, how can they find y'all?
Well, we are A&W Mini Farm on YouTube and Facebook, and it will pull up A in the and sign and a W, or A little N big W. It pulls up either way. So, and that's how you find us. We're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. So
awesome. If y'all aren't following them, you got to go check them out. They're awesome people.
Thank you.
We love y'all.
We love you.
Yep. Y'all got to check out JC's boots here. She is
styling.
Show me boots. Woohoo! Hey y'all, we are with Heather and Troy from Higher Ground Farm, and we're so excited y'all are here.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
excited.
yeah.
Our first one.
Your first one. Tell us a little bit about your farm and what y'all are doing.
Okay. Well, we have really started from scratch because we've been on our property and it's only like 12 and a half acres. And it's called Higher Grounds Farm because if you watch any of our videos and you can see when we're outside, we're up on this hill.
You are up
so
on it,
I called it Green Acres when we first moved out because we came from a neighborhood where we were cookie cutter houses, all around and all around. And my grandparents, both sets, like one actually had a garden and all grew up in the country. One was in the city but would buy bushels of vegetables and freeze and do things at home that way, but didn't have a garden at her house because she lived in the city. And you didn't have raised bed gardens at that point in time. And so I always loved that growing up, and then coming for the summers and just doing that, and then going back and living a city life. But then we lived in the neighborhood, moved out about 5-6 years ago now to our property. That there was nothing on it, so we built and started. Just cows. It was just pasture. So we literally have built from the ground up, and we're doing gardening. We've got raised beds that we've built and we've done. We've got cows and donkeys and pigs and goats.
Wow.
Chickens.
And chickens.
Wow.
Mobile chicken coop. Yeah. So
you're doing all the things.
All the we try to do all the things.
Yeah.
I want to do all the things. I've said that before. I'm like, you can get overwhelmed. I try and want to do all the things.
I know. And I saw your newest video, you're harvesting herbs.
Harvesting herbs. That's what y'all, like Tracy was a big inspiration for me because I never knew. I was just telling the twins in there. I said, I never really knew. Like, I want it to be beautiful and functional at the same time. I'm like, it has to be for me. I can't just throw something together that's going to work. But if I look at it and it's not beautiful to me, like I don't want it. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So, when I started watching your videos, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's what I want. That's what, beauty meets function. And so, trying to do and design our raised bed garden and seeing what works and what doesn't. And I don't have any living grandparents, so I'm turning to YouTube to learn all of my tricks of the trade for gardening. That's all I watch. So
it's a great place to learn.
It is a great and wonderful place to learn.
I've been saying the past few years, if I would have had YouTube, I wouldn't have had to pay for that college tuition. I could have just got my education on YouTube.
That's true. That's true.
So if you could give one piece of advice to somebody that was just starting a homestead or wanted to start a homestead, what would that be?
Don't compare yourself to anybody else. Because that is so easy to look at what somebody else has and how they have came so far along when that has taken them years to get to that process. And it's so easy to do, and I'm pointing all the fingers back to myself because that is so hard when you look at everybody else and you're like, I want that, I want that. Well, how, money, how do people do all this stuff? How do you do all this? You can't. It's just little by little, and don't compare yourself to each other, and don't give up. Just do little by little, and every day just try to implement something new and just work towards those goals. And that's what we've had to do. And I've had to tell myself that over and over and over. I start telling Troy all these ideas I wanted, and he's like, "No, you dream so big."
Let's finish what we're doing.
Like,
turn YouTube off.
I know. He's like,
and definitely don't download Pinterest.
No,
it's
it's been on Pinterest for years, so it's been good. So it's just. We're still really new at a lot of the stuff, but a lot of the stuff that we're doing, we've seen other people do, and we try to implement some of those things. You just learn from everybody.
That's right. That's right. I love it. So if you're not following Troy and Heather at Higher Grounds Farm, how can they find you?
Yes, so we are on YouTube, so you can search us on YouTube at Higher Grounds Farms. We're on Facebook and Instagram. So it's just Higher Grounds Farms.
Love it.
Yep.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
we're
you.
so glad that God's connected us.
I know,
with y'all.
I am too.
Y'all are
I am
sweet.
too. Well, thank you. We love y'all.
Yes.
We love y'all.
Hey y'all, I am with John and Rachel and Macy Wallace with Dusty Goat Homestead and Hatchery. That's right. So will y'all tell everybody a little bit about your homestead and hatchery? He can be the speaker.
We have a small homestead in Northwest Florida. We basically grow our own food. We make our own mulch.
Nice.
Anything that we use out there comes from our little spot of land. Right now we're in basically in a residential home. It's a little bit bigger than a residential yard. But we've run a chicken hatchery and we've had plants and flowers. A lot of our seeds we get from Haas. Actually, most of them.
Yeah, that's true.
The other seeds we get, we procure from our own plants, so we've learned how to do that.
Nice.
And then Rachel has started a lady skill sharing group in our area.
Yeah.
She has about 600 members now.
Yeah.
We also opened a chicken hatchery business, so we sell adult birds, juveniles. We can ship hatching eggs. We're NPIP certified.
Wow.
So we're doing a lot in a little space. We do have property. It is almost paid for.
Yes.
So I didn't want to do anything until we pay for it.
Yeah.
But once that deed is in my name, we're going to build on it, or we're going to use it as an investment property. Maybe sell that, and we've talked about buying a farm that's already established.
It's Lady Skill Sharing, and it's locally around Northwest Florida. So we live in Santa Rosa, so I do like surrounding counties. Like within a 2-hour drive is really what I try to keep the members to, because I want to be able to drive to classes, because we only do in-person classes.
Okay.
And we do in-person once a month, and it's on a homesteading or homemaking skills, anywhere from beekeeping to canning to quilting.
Oh, I love it.
Pretty much anything that I can find somebody who's qualified enough to teach the class. And I started it last year in January, and he said a little over 600, but when I looked, it's almost at 700 this week. So it's going pretty good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we meet once a month, and we do classes, and then like every 2 to 3 months, we meet for like just a social, like just an open
ladies'
invitation.
dinner.
Yeah, like dinner somewhere. We all meet out. And we are actually planning a homestead event in March of next year at the Santa Rosa Fairgrounds. It's going to be the Farmhouse Fair event.
Oh, fun.
So we're going to have vendors, a band. I'm going to do a poultry show, which he's going to be in charge of.
So if you're not following Dusty Goat Homestead and Hatchery, how can they find y'all?
Facebook, YouTube,
Instagram.
Instagram.
I do have a website for my ladies group. It's ladyskillsharing.com, so they can go and check out pictures and look at the classes that are coming available if they're in our area.
We appreciate y'all to inviting us. We love coming.
Thank you for having
we're
us.
glad y'all are here.
We like coming to Petals.
And we love the environment when it's so beautiful
I
here.
know. It is so
Who
pretty.
could not want to go run around through all those pretty plants?
Right? Hey y'all, I'm with David and Brandy, and this is Clack Shack, the Clack Shack.
Yep.
Yep, we're so glad you're here this morning. So tell us all about your channel. What's your channel about?
Well, it started off more or less just as kind of a tutorial for guys on Facebook groups. They would ask me questions about the sawmill and just things I do around the shop.
Yeah.
And as the interest in what I was doing around the shop grew, the channel grew, and the next thing I know, it became a thing.
Yeah.
Like it started off, it was just more or less me in the shop playing, having fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was in a few, you know how it is in Facebook groups. You join a Facebook group and you post a picture, somebody's like, oh, I like that. How did you do that?
Yeah, yeah.
And so it started off as more or less just me helping buddies in a group out and saying, well, this is how I did it.
Yeah.
But then it grew and you know, almost 33,000 subscribers later.
I know.
In 2 years.
You grew fast.
Here we are.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So, but it's fun. I enjoy it, and Brandy doesn't get as involved, but she reaps the rewards from it as far as like, you know, getting stuff.
I'm research and development and quality control. That's my job.
And that's important.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the
And housekeeping at times.
Housekeeping and the CFO, Chief Financial Officer.
There you go.
I don't know about that. But she does run the shop vac more than I do. but yeah. But it's fun. Like I said, I've been in law enforcement now for almost 25 years.
Yeah.
I'm going to be retiring in October
of
2025.
Okay.
So I'm down to that 365-day countdown, and this is going to be all I do.
This is going to be full time. Huh?
Yep. YouTube, social media, the whole internet thing that has. Like I said, good Lord has taken care of me on that.
Yeah.
I guess he takes care of, you know, babies and fools.
Yeah.
And I'm not a baby, so, you know, that kind of rules it out. But yeah, it's been an adventure. I really enjoy it, like I said, and that's the one thing that I can say is it's nothing that I did, because people ask me all the time, how did you go about starting your YouTube channel?
Yeah.
We never sat down and said, hey, let's start a YouTube channel.
Right. It just
organically
happened. Huh?
So that's one thing I'm thankful for. Like I said, it's been fun.
It's fun.
Oh yeah.
So if you could give a piece of advice to somebody that wanted to start a YouTube channel, what would that be?
Love it.
Love it?
Whatever you're doing, love it.
Find what you're passionate about.
If you don't love what you're doing,
about
it's
that.
not going to work. I absolutely love what you're doing, because one, for the first 6 months to even a year, possibly longer in some cases, you're not going to get paid.
No.
You're not going to make any money.
And
you're going to get a whole bunch of negative content, negative comments.
Yes.
You're going to get every naysayer in the world.
Yeah.
So if you're not secure in yourself, if you're not having fun, and if you're not confident in that's what the Lord wants you to do, then you're not going to stick it out. Like I said, I do it because I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It makes me happy. I went through things in my life, dealing with stuff at work that didn't lead me to be in the best of mental space for a while.
I'm sure.
And doing what I do, doing this, when I first started doing it, I found that it's very like therapeutic for me.
Yeah.
Like it like all of the bad stuff that you just kind of you know, it helps work it out.
Yep.
And so it allowed me to kind of work through that and learn how to process that kind of stuff. And I mean, it's the past 2 years, you know, the shack's grown, I've grown, things have gotten better, that kind of stuff has gotten easier. So it's been a blessing, no doubt.
That's awesome. So if you're not following the Clack Shack, how can everybody find you?
theclackshack.com. Just pretty much just put the Clack Shack in
you'll
Google,
pop up.
and you ain't even got to put the Clack Shack. You can put Clack Shack.
And you'll pop up.
Just watch for the orange.
Yep.
In the thumbnails. When you see the orange in the thumbnails, or maybe the old OD green, you found me.
Awesome.
So,
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Glad y'all are here. It's gonna be a fun day. Yes.
If it stays dry, hopefully.
Yes. Hey y'all, I am with Adam Vincent here, and he is actually our second cousin.
Yeah, something like that.
Jean's second cousin, so my second cousin. And tell us what you got. He's got some super cool stuff going on here. What you got?
So this is all hydroponics gear. This is what I call the hydro garden. This is all 3D printed, made in my shop. So it's all made for food safe, you know, growing, that kind of thing. These are reservoirs that you can actually put water in, soilless growth, that kind of thing. So it makes it really easy for people to grow at home without any kind of soil. I also have things like self-watering water planters, as well as the modular sprout boxes, some succulent pots, that kind of thing.
How cute. And you designed,
technology's great.
You designed all of this.
I designed
right?
I designed some of it. The cool thing about 3D printing is there's a lot of stuff out there already for you to be able to grab. A lot of it you can sell, some of it you can't, so you got to pay attention to licensing.
Right.
But I have redesigned a lot of it. Like a lot of this is all rescaled, redesigned, that kind of thing. And got my logos put on everything.
Love it.
It's fun times, you know.
Love it.
Yeah.
So how can people find you to follow you?
So you can go to growlogicsolutions.com, or you can find me at thelogicaldude.com, which is where my blogs and video and all that kind of stuff gets done. So
awesome. Cool. Thank you, Adam.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Hope you have a fun day. I'm with Catherine with G&G Farms and Tony with Campfire and Countryside. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. So tell us all about your channel first. What's your channel about?
It's G&G Farms, and it is about farming. I do everything from farming animals to gardening to making tinctures and salves there from the farm. You know, I use my own herbs and use the goat's milk for the soap, and then on the flip side of that, I'm the only dairy haver in the state of Alabama, so I'm quite busy.
You are quite busy. You've got a lot of baby fawns right now, don't you?
I do. I've got 15 of them right now that are motherless.
Oh my gosh. That's a lot of bottle feeding.
Yeah. Well, you know, the flip side of that is the bad things that come your way too. So
yeah,
we do it all there.
Yeah, it's awesome. Y'all gotta go follow her because it's awesome. So Tony, tell us about your channel. What's your channel about?
Okay, so we started a channel. Now we're just about to hit our 1 year anniversary.
Yay!
Initially, when we bought the farm, we found out what really working all week at work and working all weekend at home was all about. It literally worked us 7 days a week, so we had to take time off for other things. So we come to a point in our life that we wasn't having any more fun, no fun whatsoever. So I got up one morning and I was sitting around, and I come to realize that I'm going to sit right there at the house and I'm going to grow old. So I made it a point from that point that I'm going to do something else. So my whole channel is based around people our age getting off the couch and let's go do something that's fun. Because you know, when we were younger, we all used to do things that were just amazing. We camped and fished and hiked and done a lot of different things. But once we reach a certain age, work seems to become our priority, and we forget how to have fun. We all do that. So I made an executive decision sitting on the couch that I would no longer get caught sitting on the couch.
Love it.
Henceforth.
Don't get caught sitting at home.
So now we started a channel, and I realized that if we're going to go have fun, let's take everybody with us. Let's be an encouragement to other folks our age to get up, let's get out, and let's go do some things that we used to do. So I've got a little dog named Stella, and Stella is down here in her kennel. So me and my little dog, we camp and fish and everything else. So Stella also has a Campfire and Countryside shirt on, just like Dad has on. So me and Stella do everything together. She has a good time, I have a good time, and we enjoy life.
I love it. I love it. So tell everybody how they can find you.
You can find me on YouTube, G&G Farms, or on Facebook. I also have a G&G Farms Facebook page.
How about you?
On YouTube at Campfire and Countryside, and also on Facebook under Tony Green.
Love
Y'all
it.
come join us.
Yeah, y'all check them out. They're awesome, y'all. Hey, y'all, I am with my friend Jason with Cattywampus Acres. Him and his wife Lauren are good friends of ours. We've been friends for a few years now, and we're good buddies. I've been to their house, got one of our goats from them, and we've been good friends for a while. Yeah. I'm so happy you're here with me.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. So tell us about your channel.
Okay.
What you got going on
here?
here?
We're Cattywampus Acres, and our primary focus is goat milk soap, and we raise a herd of miniature and full-size dairy goats, primarily La Manchas and Nigerian dwarfs, and we milk them every day and basically try to teach people about goats and then basically how to homestead on a smaller property. We have 5 acres, and we also both have full-time jobs, and we have 2 adult kids and then one in high school, so it's very busy. And so we try to just although it is very overwhelming, I think we all know that, just try to teach people how to how to work with what you got, and then, like I said, go to and basically get the best soap in the world. And we'll be teaching goat milk soap today.
Yeah,
and
excited about that.
Yeah, and so we love we love getting people away from just the store-bought soaps and any of the stuff that's just full of a bunch of junk. And have people take care of their skin and take care of their body as a whole with more of a natural product.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love y'all.
Yeah, we love y'all.
Tell everybody how they can find you.
You can get us at Cattywampusacres.com. You can find us on all the main platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and we do a little bit of everything, but mainly homesteading and a little marriage humor. And so that's our goal. And so you can catch us at any of those, and you can always reach out to us through any of those platforms.
Love it.
Yeah, we love you.
And it smells really good right here,
That's
y'all.
right.
Thanks. Hey, y'all. I am with Rob and Deb from Generations Homestead, Brown Thumb Nursery, and Cast Iron Keto.
Keto and Cast Iron.
Keto and Cast Iron. I was close.
Yeah,
I was very close.
Yep.
Tell us about Generations Homestead channel first.
All right, Generations Homestead we started when we first moved down to Michigan in 2019.
Wasn't called that.
It wasn't called that. It was called Finally Home in Bama.
Yeah.
Because we just moved down to Alabama.
Yeah. I remember that's where you started.
Yeah. And our hearts found home in Alabama. We just fell in love with this place. And then moved down to be with my parents. And then I saw a video.
Yeah.
And a special couple was talking about not giving up on your dreams, and it started us dreaming again.
Don't make me cry.
That's
Don't
okay,
make me
because you
cry.
made me cry really, really hard during that video. And we started dreaming again, and it ended up, long story short, God made a way. Our kids ended up moving down, our son and his wife and his kids. And now we have got 26 acres that we've went together with them, and so it's actually a Generations Homestead. And it's the kids, us, and the babies, and we're all out there growing it and developing it. And
isn't it awesome? Isn't it awesome? So you didn't give up on your dream, and God did impossible things, didn't He?
He did impossible things to get this
we
place.
prayed together for that.
Yes,
for
we
y'all.
did.
Prayed for y'all for a long time, and God did it.
Yes, He did.
I'm so excited for y'all.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Tell us about Brown Thumb Nursery.
Yeah, so man, probably about 7 years ago or something like that, I just watching YouTube, I ran across the channel of Mike Kincaid, and he does all these cuttings of plants and grows plants. I'm like, you can take a stick and turn it into a plant?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm literally that young of understanding the, propagating, I always grew by seed. I, always been a gardener, always grew stuff by seed.
Right.
But I'm like, man, that's really cool. You can take something, then you have the exact genetics of that plant. It's a clone, basically, of that plant.
Yeah.
And so I started playing around there. We still living in Michigan, playing around with propagating things, and man, I just fell in love with that.
Yeah.
I mean, it just comes alive, and you're like, wow, it's just amazing that you can do that. So, and then you run across people, hey, you can make money by this, sell it, and I'm like, so it kind of fits in with the homestead idea of you have to have an income flow, because you still have to pay for gas, electric, and whatever you're going to do on a homestead. So I'm thinking, well, we can have this as our income stream.
Yeah.
I just really love propagating plants, and I want to grow. And I just have to say, it's been 3 years ago when we met, or something like that.
About 3
so
years.
We met you, and we was standing out there in the field over there, and we were just talking about, Deb, I think, was more sharing about, we have a dream, we want to move out in the country, we have an acre, we want to move out in the country, and so I'll pray for you about that, and we believe in prayer. I'm like, that just when you said, and we believe in prayer, I'm like, I believe in prayer. I'm like, I'm like, but I wasn't at the point of believing at that moment. When you're so far behind on everything, when we moved down here, we basically sold our building for almost nothing to get down here to be with her mom and dad, and so, but it's just like, that struck a little bit of something inside of me, and even at that, of course, we believe in prayer. Not just, we don't believe in prayer, we believe in God, that He answers prayer. And so anyhow, that started a little bit of, faith in us, that, maybe it can, because our belief is, whenever it's God's time, 20 years from now, or whatever, it's like, because I'm thinking in the natural that we can't. There's no way right now, you know. So anyhow, God worked it out within just 3 years, well, 2 years really from that moment. We bought 26 acres with our kids. You know, brought
and a barn.
You know, so
I love it.
Yeah, you see our barn back there. And
it's awesome.
It's just, you know, it's just beautiful, and we love it. Of course, we're starting from scratch out there,
and that's fun to me.
Yeah.
So you tell everybody how they can find y'all, how they can maybe purchase some plants, how they can find your channel, your platforms.
So I mean, so Brown Thumb Nursery, mostly YouTube, honestly. Instagram, I'm on there. I don't hardly ever post anything on there.
They can message you on Facebook.
And you can message me on Facebook. YouTube is what we focus on putting out there. But as far as if you want to get a hold of me, leave a comment in YouTube and I'll see that.
See it. Okay.
And,
Generations Homestead is YouTube. Facebook, you can get us on Facebook too.
Love it. So love it. We love you guys.
Love you.
Yeah, glad y'all are here. Gonna
I
be
know.
a fun day.
Oh, yes.
So glad God connected us.
Absolutely.
This is Kayla Duckett.
Yes.
And she is Judy's buddy at Sneed's Farmhouse. And you do everything there, right?
I do. I help
You're
Judy on the
a big
farm.
part of Judy's life.
Yes,
What
I
all
help
do
her
you
with her dad. I help her on the farm. Anything that she needs, errands, go pick up feed, stuff like that. So I'm just basically the farm hand and help her out with her dad.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
it's so fun.
Yeah, Judy's fun.
Oh yeah, and we have so much fun on the farm with the kids and the group homes and stuff. We just love it, and I love every minute of getting to help with that.
Tell about that a little bit, like how y'all have group homes and stuff.
Okay, so on Wednesday we have a group home that comes every Wednesday. We have some people that are blind, some with just different disabilities that come, and they're able to connect with our animals because some of our animals have disabilities. We have a duck with an amputated leg, and so we've had people with amputees come to the farm and find comfort and find, you know, in Quacky Jackie. And
Isn't that awesome?
you know, I just really you know, enjoy every second of it. Yeah, it is.
Such a blessing to them and you.
Yes, and giving other people hope is what I really enjoy doing, you know, and really bringing them out of their comfort zone and into, because a lot of people show up and they're scared of the animals. But by the time they leave, they're just loving on them, and oh, it's so good. So to see people's walls fall and you know, really open up is really worth every second. Yes, it is. I love it.
Awesome. Will you tell everybody how they can find y'all?
Yeah, you can find us at Sneed's Farmhouse on Facebook and on YouTube. And that's pretty much it. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Kayla.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming for Judy today.
Oh, well, no problem.
Yeah.
You have been great inspiration for me. So I'm just getting started. So both garden,
everything.
Everything. So.
And what's your name?
Renee Cameron.
Hey y'all, I'm with my friend Londa with Adventures with Me and T. I don't know where T is.
Oh, he's wandered off.
Tell everybody what your channel and all's about.
Basically, we do little adventures to keep us off the couch and from getting old prematurely. And Tom had to leave work and go on disability. So we just wanted to make sure that we didn't wind up just wasting away sitting at home. So we started doing things, just little things around town, and then little things around the county, and then little things around the state. Next thing you know, we're in Alabama.
Awesome.
We're just trying not to age prematurely and stay active and just get out there and do and go and be.
And you're just sharing that with everybody?
Yeah,
I love it. Tell me about your alpacas and what you do with the young.
We don't have alpacas anymore.
Okay.
We had 32. It's like chicken math. We started with 4.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you just like, I don't know where they all came from. They just showed up one day and there's 32 of them out there.
Lord.
So people kept coming to the farm. We did tours every day, and they were coming in by the bus loads. And the Red Hat ladies and the schools and the Montessori schools and after school programs and karate club and senior citizens homes.
Wow.
All these people were showing up, and they're like, well, what do you do with the fiber that comes off of them? I don't know. So I figured I better learn. And I just traveled over the United States and started learning how to process fiber. And then I went to school to be a sorter and a grader for fiber, so I could work at shows and do all that. So I was a judge for shows. And, then I got into spinning and weaving and crochet, and it's like a rabbit hole. Once you start down it, there's no coming back. And so we subscribe to the theory of learn one, teach one. So then I started traveling and teaching and putting together symposiums, and we're doing all kinds of things. We put together a little store in our barn. We called it the Barn Teak, and we sold our little items that we made, and we taught kids how to use sugar-free Kool-Aid to dye fiber, and we would have little field trips around the farm, and we would pick up acorns and sticks and twigs and moss and berries and whatever was growing, and we would show them how that can change the color of water. And the alpaca will absorb whatever color is in the water.
Oh, nice.
So,
how fun.
Yeah. So
that's really fun.
Coffee and tea and just whatever was on copper pennies, copper pipe. And
cool.
So so we taught a lot of kids groups, and they brought them in by the busload, and the alpacas loved it because they got little snackies.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
They got lots of kisses and petting. And,
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So they're just sweet gentle animals. We loved them, and so we got out of the business after a couple of decades in it, and just moved on to other things. We had to sell the farm, and we lost the farm to flooding and stuff like that. And, so it's still underwater. 5 years later.
Wow. Will you tell everybody how they can find you?
Yes, we are on YouTube, Adventures with Me and T. We don't do long videos because we don't have the stamina for long videos, and we're not that interesting. So we have lots and lots of little short videos. And we've recently been adopted by a flock of ducks.
Okay.
2 ducks showed up one day, next day there was 9.
Oh, wow.
So they apparently went and told their friends, hey, they've got duck food ankles. So we went to Tractor Supply and got them duck food. So now we do a daily duck diary.
Okay.
And we just do little updates on the ducks. Yeah, so it's always just a little silly something just to break up your day. And
just bring some smiles to people.
That's all we're trying to do. Just stay active and stay off the couch. And like our friend Tony at Campfire Pictures said, don't get caught sitting at home.
Yeah, that's right. I love it.
We stay on the move and just we try to video as we go.
Love it. Love it. Well, y'all go check her out. Adventures with Me and T. Y'all go check them out.
I don't know where T is.
Yeah, I don't know where he is.
Hi there, Tracy. Thank you for letting me be a part of all of this. I just got back. Just drove up in the driveway from Petals from the Past, our great fall garden festival. I'm Ann with Andale Homestead. Thrilled to have you here with me. And there are a couple of questions that I was asked as far as how would I give advice for someone that's starting a YouTube channel? Throw your head over the fence. Get started. Don't be too particular because we all have a struggle in the beginning. Stay regular. Try to stay consistent. You can find me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads all over the place at Andale Homestead. Thank you again for all your work that you've done, Tracy. We are crazy about you. Talk to you soon now. Bye-bye.